Hello everyone and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today I'm finally going to be watching the Spider-Man Far From Home teaser trailer that was released yesterday. I am so excited to finally talk about this with you guys. For those of you who know, and I'll link it above, I had to react to this in an airport yesterday because from 5:30 a.m. until 5 o'clock at night I was in transit trying to get back to college. Like, it was crazy. And it was a long day, and that's why I didn't do the shot by shot yesterday, but I'm super excited to talk about it because I watched it so many times and I'm sure you guys have as well, and there's things that I really gotta comment on. So yeah, without further ado, I mean, let's get to it. The first things I really want to touch on, the music in the trailer, the use of the iconic Spider-Man theme, like the Spider-Man does whatever a spider can. That theme used with the horns in the trailer was beautiful. It was beautiful. I literally I'm so happy that they're utilizing that theme, because one of the most exciting things about Homecoming to me was when they did the Marvel opening logo with the Spider-Man theme playing. That got me so hyped because it's iconic, and the fact they're using that still, that makes me so excited. So yeah, yeah, great start. I wrote down a list of things during the day yesterday that I noticed that I want to talk about. So that's my piece of paper right here. Yeah, there's so much to talk about, from Uncle Ben to Tony Stark to Mysterio, all of it. So let's get started. We got the nice opening thing. Yep, Far From Home logo. Okay, so we start with this homeless shelter. I'm assuming it's in Queens. Very interesting thing, because I'm pretty sure Mr. Elect, I'm completely blanking on his name. The one with the glowing eyes. He was in the PS4 game. One of the most iconic Spider-Man villains. I'm pretty sure he's sometimes in the Sinister Six. He gets into Peter Parker's life because Aunt May works at a homeless shelter with him. Yeah, if that makes any sense. So yeah, interesting little thing. We got Aunt May and Peter Parker just endorsing, making the most out of the fact that he's Spider-Man, which I love. I love the fact that we are seeing a more positive side of what her reaction would have been, and I like that a lot. And then we got all these people trying to take a picture of Spidey. We got the girl in the paper plate Spider-Man mask. That's adorable. And yeah, just a bunch of, yeah, there's not much to say. There's just a bunch of paparazzi. Originally I was checking in here to see if there were any cool little cameos, but I don't see any, so moving on. Yep. Okay, so right here, this high five moment, obviously this trailer is cut out of order of the movie, but this is before Peter goes on stage, because if you see, I'm assuming May just gave like a nice speech or something, but Peter is about to, because he goes to put his mask on. And then this is after, and they're hugging and his mask is off, and it's a different interaction. It doesn't really matter that much, it's just the way they cut the trailer, and I like the way they cut the trailer, but I just thought I'd point that small thing out, because, I don't know, I go to the movies sometimes, I'm like, that's not the order that happened in. So, yeah. Adorable interaction with Aunt May and Peter, though. That little hug, that little smile, it's just so precious. I can't. And then we got Happy coming in with the giant check. This is signed, it's for $500,000, signed by Pepper Potts, and it's for Synchrony Bank, which I recently found out they have like they did like an MCU card. That's really interesting. But it's signed by Pepper Potts. A lot of you are saying that that's a hint that Tony's dead after Endgame, but not necessarily, because that's not something, like, I'm pretty sure Pepper is responsible for the, like, Stark Industries more charitable aspects. I'm pretty sure she's like in charge of that stuff. So, and also she is the CEO of Stark Industries, and therefore she would be like, it would make sense for her to sign a check like that. So I don't think it makes that much of a difference. I think we're fine. And then this adorable little interaction where Happy and Aunt May are flirting, and it's like this really adorable thing, and they're both like kind of like shy and bashful, and Peter Parker is just like, what is going on? Really, really endearing, really nice. I think Tom Holland's hair is gelled back just a smidge too much, but that's really nitpicky. Yeah. I think there's more to this conversation, but it just cut out right there for the trailer purpose, like the pacing of the trailer. But yeah, I think that's very interesting to see where that could go. Personally, I think it's adorable and I would love it, but I think that there's a fine line to draw in terms of Happy's relationship with Peter versus Happy's relationship with May, because I don't want Happy to be close with Peter because of May and stuff like that, if that makes sense. So I want to know why Happy's there, because it can't afford Robert Downey Jr. And yeah, I'm honestly, it's adorable. I ship it. Let's move on. What just happened? Very cute. Got the Sony, all that. Okay, so Peter Parker is now packing for his trip to go to Europe for the summer with his classmates. So this is huge, and no one has pointed this out yet, and it's like, I don't know how no one else has noticed this. His bedroom has changed again. This is crazy. This is the third movie that he's been in where they've shown his bedroom. First one being Civil War, when he had the conversation with Tony in his room. The second one was Spider-Man Homecoming, and now in Far From Home. He's had a different bedroom all 3 times. The first one was very simple. It was painted like a bluish color. It was very, very basic. Not much furniture in there. Very, very simple. The second one was more dressed up to be like a teenager's, like, I grew up in this room, had a bunk bed, had all these Star Wars knickknacks, all of that. This is completely different. This is more like the Civil War one, except it's nicer, if that makes sense. Like, it's a nicer room. Like, he has nicer furniture. It's just different. But it does look like it's more similar to the one we saw in Civil War, and I'm wondering why they made that change. If it will be explained, I don't know, but it's very interesting to me that they did that, because it's definitely not the same room at all. It's not like he just got rid of the bunk bed, because the window's in a different place. All of it is just, it's a completely different room. So I'm curious to see what is going on there, but yeah, we'll find out. We'll find out. So he's packing, and here's, so this is, I love this. We go back to Mr. Delmar from Spider-Man Homecoming. He's in his newly rebuilt shop. And I love this so much, because like, we have the Spider-Man, if you look closely at the back there, we have the Spider-Man newspaper articles and the photo of Mr. Delmar with Spider-Man up on the wall. And I love that they brought this character back, because it really brings like the local feel to New York City that the first one had, that I really enjoyed. Because Spider-Man's such a ground level, human, relatable person to be a superhero, and so I think the more they play that up, the better. But yeah, I like that they brought him back. He's getting his toothbrush, all that fun stuff. Now he's swinging in his old Stark suit, his Homecoming Stark suit, on his phone through the city. This building is in construction in the background. This is actually a building that's being built in like real life in New York City, but I'm genuinely curious of whether or not they are trying to make this into something. Like, is this a stripped down version of Avengers Tower? Is this just like, are they gonna try and make it like a part of the story? Because I think that'd be pretty cool. Like, you don't even have to pay to CGI it in. It's just there. So yeah, I'm wondering what they're gonna do with that. But yeah, he's swinging along. Now he's going, this is adorable. Peter Parker here to pick up a passport, please. The alliteration, I love alliteration. It's amazing. So yeah, he's picking up his passport. It's very, very modern, everyday, mundane New York City post office. It's perfect. Peter Parker here to pick up a passport, please. I wonder how many times it took him to say that. It's adorable. And then we see his passport, and it gives us general American passport information, but I don't know why his photo is so like terrifying. He's like, but the interesting thing is they've actually blocked out the date on this, which that's interesting. So the date of issue, it doesn't give his date of the year of his birth, and it doesn't give the date of like the year of it doesn't give the year the passport was issued, and it doesn't give the year it will expire either, which obviously is on the passport, because then it would expire any old July 19th or whatever. So that's very interesting, because there's some confusion about where exactly in the timeline we will be after Endgame, and this movie takes place right after Endgame, minutes after, and so I'm very curious to see what that will be, or they're just not including the years at all after the mistake that happened in Homecoming where they said like 8 years later, and that wasn't accurate at all. So yeah, we'll see, but I'm interested. And then Aunt May's like, do you have your toothbrush, all that? Did you pack your suit? And then Peter has this really nice moment where, oh, he has a book about Paris in the background, and I'm pretty sure that's either a photo of Aunt May or his mom in the back. But I like that his closet is like empty. I think that's adorable. And then also, he didn't bring his suit, so this is the decision he makes. He's like, do I want to go be just a normal kid, have a nice vacation with my friends in Europe, or do I want a superhero like I do all the time? And he just really just wants a break, you can tell. And so he decides to not bring his suit, and then he pauses and he's like, do I want to make this decision? And he does. I like the fact that we kept the shirt Find X. A lot of the shirts are recycled from the first movie, and I really like that, because Peter Parker does not have the money to get a whole new wardrobe every year, so I don't have the money to do that. So it's very realistic. I love it. I love when in shows and movies they rewear clothes. I think it's awesome. And now here's the real big thing. No, go back. See, the initials on this bag actually represent their Uncle Ben's initials. Ben Franklin Parker. Benjamin Franklin Parker. Very, very, very interesting that we're slowly being eased back into Uncle Ben. Very freaking slowly. Frankly, I want them to mention Uncle Ben a bit more. There's not room in the plot for there to be a whole like story about it, and that's Spider-Man's origin story, and we don't need that. But it's nice for them to acknowledge Uncle Ben, because obviously Uncle Ben is like the reason why we have Spider-Man, and so I think it's really nice that they're slowly easing us in with the speech Peter gave in Civil War, and then after everything May's been through, we can't like do that to her. That was like an that alluded to Uncle Ben, and now we're back with BFP, which are his initials in his suitcase. And yeah, and I've noticed that some of the clothes they put Peter in, especially the suit he wore to Homecoming too, like these are like Uncle Ben's clothes. If you look closely, you can tell that's not Peter's closet. That's not something like, these are like, a lot of it's handed down. I think that's really nice. I don't know. I really like that small little touch. I think it shows how much the creators of this movie care. So that's good. And then he packs. He's running through an airport, which doesn't honestly look like an airport at all, except for the left side of the screen and the pilots walking through, but we're gonna go with it. He's on an airplane. That was me yesterday. I wonder if this is Peter Parker's, oh no, it's not Peter Parker's first time on an airplane. That was in Civil War. Yeah, but it's adorable. It's adorable. And now we're in Venice, and we got Ned and Betty, who are probably going to be in a relationship. Very adorable. The name of the boat, pretty sure that's a reference to a comic, but I'm not gonna say that because I don't want to. It's like ASM 212 or something. Yeah, 212. Yeah, I think that's a reference to a Spidey comic, but I haven't had the chance to look it up, so we're gonna move on. And then we have MJ and Peter kind of like exchanging these flirty glances. And that's so awesome. Like, it's funny to me because I originally was not a fan of them doing another love story for Peter Parker, and I'm still kind of not a fan of it because what does there have to be a love story in every freaking movie ever made? And I get that he's a teenager and that's what teenagers do, and like they just like crush on people, but honestly I just love Zendaya so much. And I love Tom Holland so much that like I feel like I just like cannot, like there's no, when they like I'm just not upset about it. Like, I don't know, like they just look like a sweet little nerdy couple, and I just, yeah. So I actually support Michelle/MJ and Peter Parker as long as it comes about in a nice way. I don't know, but she definitely knows he's Spider-Man. She's too smart. Then we're walking through the city. He says, "You look pretty." She said, "Does that mean I have value?" And therefore I have value, which I actually love that line so much because that's something little girls need to hear all the time. That like the way they look doesn't give them value or take value away from them. And so I liked that. And then I liked the fact that she said, "I'm just messing with you. You're pretty too. You look pretty too." I think that was nice. That was a cute little interaction, and it's just like, it's nice because they're just like this dorky little, they're just adorable. Especially Tom. Like Peter Parker, Tom is really good at playing Peter Parker's awkward, nervous, jittery self. It's just, it's just adorable. There's no other way to explain it. It's just adorable. He's just like, "Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to, was that what I was supposed to say?" It's just cute. And then Zendaya looks really good here. She looks good throughout the whole trailer. And yeah, now they're strolling up to their under construction hotel. Imagine being in Venice and being like, "Okay, so where's my hotel gonna be?" And you just like, you pull up in a boat next to it. That's just, I want to go to Venice soon. Okay, so now we're in the place that I'm pretty sure we just saw the outside of, and this is the hotel in Venice that they're staying in. And here we had Peter talking about like, "Oh, I think MJ kind of likes me, like I kind of want to get closer to her. This is cute." And wait, let's go back to this. Okay, so this is when they first, there's a very interesting timeline going on. This is yeah, the hotel they're in, but you see Ned's shirt right here before he gets shot by Nick Fury. "Danger, I am a hugger," and which is the most precious shirt. I think I want to own it. Pay attention to what he's wearing right now because we're going to come back to it. But he gets shot in the neck while talking about his first love and all of that, even though this is Peter's not his first love because he just love Liz. Yeah, I don't know. And then Peter's all like, "Whoa, he just fell on the..." So a lot of people are pointing out, why didn't his spider sense go off? But I think it didn't go off because he wasn't in danger. I don't know. But the MCU hasn't really played up his spider sense too much. Not as much as other Spider-Man films have, so I don't know. But yeah, and then he just looks so shocked. Like he's not even like jumping into action or anything. He's just so caught off guard. And then we got Nick Fury sitting there being all like, "So you're Spider-Man, huh?" And he tells him to get dressed. So I don't know if he means like put on his suit or get out of his pajamas and put on something like real clothes. But if I imagine if Nick Fury's talking about his suit, Peter's gonna be like, I didn't bring my suit. I can just imagine that happening. So this is a nice little interaction where they meet. I like it. It's pleasant. Will he be okay with that? Yeah, as long as you turn him on his side. And such a terrible hotel room. That just looked like it was so 70s. I don't know. But I've never been to Europe, so I don't know what the hotel rooms look like there. I've only been in like chain hotels in America, so that, yeah. Next summer, we got a James Bond-esque boat ride with Nick Fury through the canal. And that's not Tom Holland, and it's not Samuel L. Jackson, I'm pretty sure, because of the set photos. Now we have Nick Fury. Nick Fury looking out a window on an unidentifiable city at the moment. It's hard to tell where exactly he is, so I don't know, but he's in some sort of office. Kind of nothing I can say about it at the moment. So London sightseers. Okay, so now we're back. We're not back in London, but now we're in London. They're on a double-decker bus. We got Angourie Rice, so Betty, Flash, MJ. They're all like, ooh, but it looks like, I don't know. I don't know. More reused shirts for Peter. Love that. And then this insane happenstance. He flies on in. The suit looks so good. It looks so good. Super, super happy with how it looks. Like, this is incredible. It's just so sharp. It draws your eye. I love it. And he flies in. And then we have Nick Fury and Maria Hill fighting one of the elementals. I think this is in Italy or Prague, but I think it's probably in Venice. They're just shooting at it as if that will do anything. Nick Fury does not look happy. Then we have Peter ripping off his mask of his standard homecoming suit, his Stark Tech suit, in the canals under Venice. Which is very interesting because how did that get to him? Did Happy bring it? Did Nick Fury get it for him? Like what's going on there? Yeah, so how did he get that back? And then we have this lightning and this like stormy, smoky, fiery thing going on with the London like Tower Bridge, which honestly, beautiful shot. It looks so cool, but I'm genuinely curious about what, like, where and when in the movie this takes place. So yeah, okay. Here he is flying again. Jump in, swing in. Oh, I think that was MJ. Yeah, he's swinging. That suit looks so good. I can't get over that. Okay, yeah, that was MJ being exploded on by one of the elementals, and we have this monster appear. Ah, so scary. And then we cut to Happy Hogan, and he says, "You're all alone," or yeah, "You're all alone." So this terrified me because I was like. So I know that line, he's probably referring to the fact that, like, Peter doesn't have help in the moment, but, like, or if he's even talking to Peter, if this is all directed towards him or not, like, I don't know, but he says, when I hear "you're all alone" in a trailer like that, the first thing that came to my mind was, Tony's not here to help you anymore. And that just, like, because he helped him so much in Homecoming. He really saved his butt many times. And I'm just, yeah, that scared me, but we don't know for sure. Because there's more that says that Tony might be alive at the end of the trailer, so it's hard to know. But, so he says, you're all alone, your friends are in trouble. We have this it's a really nice shot of Peter Parker with his beady eyes. I think he's on this might be the rooftop scene that there were set photos from. But now we have these people with guns and a giant fish tank, hashtag Mysterio, hashtag fishbowl, and a nice European restaurant. Who they're attacking, no idea. Why they're attacking them, no idea. But we're gonna find out at some point, so that's all I really have to say. But I was originally like, whoa, heavy firearms in Spider-Man. That's intense. Yeah, but I don't know. And then we have Betty, Ned, MJ, all of them running away from this giant explosion. Oh, I just pieced it together. The shot, okay, so I think they're running off of the Tower Bridge because there's a double-decker bus and a Union Jack behind them. Ned and Betty are holding hands. They're definitely going to be a couple. MJ's also running away. Yeah, they're running away on the Tower Bridge. So in that shot, we're going to go back to it, where MJ stands up on the double-decker bus right here. This is definitely right before something happens. She's definitely like, what's going on? And then something big is about to happen. Oh wait, that's not Ned that's not Flash next to her, that's Ned. Oh, awkward. Okay, so let's go back to where we were. They're running away. We got the fish tank, all that. And then we have, at the carnival set in Prague that they did, we have Peter jump in a stealth suit, and this is adorable. He like flips his eyes shut. That's so cute. I actually really like the stealth suit. When I first saw it, I was like, oh, that's a little weird, but it's really, like, it looks really good. Like, it looks way better on him and in the, like, this high quality image than it did on a mannequin and in low quality images online. So I really like this. This is good. Nick Fury and Maria Hill are in an Audi in the background because all Marvel films have Audis because Audi like partners with them. Yeah, so cool. Got more. That's a famous bridge in Venice, but I don't know the name of it. This could be Hydro Man. This could be just an elemental. Like, we don't even name him, but yeah, interesting. Looks so cool though. Reminds me of the Chronicles of Narnia, Prince Caspian, when the water god thing like rose up. That was cool. So yeah. And then we have Peter Parker just soaking wet, being like, what is going on? And he's on that bridge. And so and all through this, the theme is playing, and it's just so amazing. And Tom posted a nice little, I do all my own stunts video to promote one of his charities. During the scene, this was, well, right here. That, let's see if I can get it. That person being blown back, not Tom Holland. Wait. Oh, he got blown back really far. He got blown back all the way across the bridge. It's like 30 feet. All the way to the other side. And then there's something about this little reaction of his where he's like, like, I just think it's really endearing. I really like it. The way, yeah, he's just like so thrown off. And you can tell that he was probably yanked back by a wire. And someone threw water on him to get that shot. But yeah, so he has his web shooters, but he doesn't have his suit. And we're gonna, after I'm done going through this, we're gonna talk about all of this in more detail. But yeah, so they're all fleeing the boat. Peter's helping them all get away. And then Mysterio shows up in a puff of green smoke, his master of illusions, in a kind of like It looks kind of Roman, Thor cloak inspired thing. Without the fishpole, and then it's like Jake Gyllenhaal. And then Peter holding on where it lives. Like, logistically, that would really hurt his wrist, wouldn't it? But it's Spider-Man, so I'm not going to call it the logistics. But I think he could have probably pronounced his left hand a little more because the right hand's so pronounced, but I would have just slid right off the roof, so I'm not going to criticize it. And then, yeah, he says you don't want any part in this, and then you see the green kind of coming out of his armor into the beautiful little triangle puffs of green smoke. It's not even smoke, I don't know what it, but it looks smoky. And it's like, oh, and then we got this, like, these classic comic book images of Mysterio fighting with his fishpole head, flying around and fighting Hydro Man or an elemental. It's unknown. But yeah, that looks, it's such, oh my god, it's such a beautiful image. I can just imagine the concept art for this movie. It's probably stunning. And then we have this, I love this so much, the way the globe turns into the mask. And we go into the logo. And then we have this nice little interaction where they're watching the Italian news in that hotel they walked into earlier, and Hydro Man and all of them are, like, and Mysterio are fighting, and yeah, and then this, so Tom, I don't know if I should refer to him as Tom or Peter. I'm just gonna say Tom because it's less syllables. No, I'm gonna say Peter because it's the movie. Okay, so Peter was, this is another scene that's cut out of order. Like, particular scene, not the fact, like, the movie, the trailer is never cut in the exact order of the movie. There's always sprinkled shots that are mixed around, but this scene itself is cut in a different order because like, Flash is defending Spider-Man and Peter's all the way back there when she says, what's up with you and Spider-Man? And Peter's on his phone, like, not even paying attention. He's probably getting a text from Happy or May or Nick Fury or Tony. But the reason I thought originally that when I first watched the trailer that Tony was still alive was because they brought up Iron Man and Peter didn't look distraught at the thought of it. But the scene isn't cut in order, so there's no like, nothing to, sup dickwad. That's a funny joke. It's disgusting, but it's kind of funny. But yeah, I want to refer back to this because if you look at what Ned is wearing, oh my gosh, that mask on the table, I have that same mask in blue. My dad got it for me. That's crazy. What Ned is wearing, the a hugger shirt with the other shirt over it. This is the night where Nick Fury recruits Peter Parker. It's after this scene. And so this is the beginning of the movie. This is like near the inciting incident level, plot point 1 kind of. This is in the first third of the movie. This every time when they get to this hotel, all of it. So Venice is probably one of the first, I think it is the first location they go to. Then I think they go to London. Then I think they go to Prague. But I think they go to Berlin or something in there as well. So I'm not sure the exact order, but I think for sure Venice is first, Prague is last. And so all the battle we just saw in, like, the previous clip with Mysterio fighting Hydro Man, that is what they're watching on the news right now. And so it's entirely possible that it literally just cuts from that battle to the news, and then that's them watching it later. Yeah, I don't know. It's crazy. It's crazy. It's hard to tell, but there's so much meat in here, so much to talk about. I want to say that there's more, but there's not. Yeah, I got everything I wanted to talk about in a really long video. And yeah, so I really, really, really am excited about this movie, and I want to talk about with you guys so much more. So let me know in the comments down below what you think of this trailer, if there's any things that I pointed out that you had not noticed or had noticed, or if there's anything I didn't point out that you want to like share with me. Honestly, I feel like the more I learn about this movie, the more I'm probably going to want to do a video where I'm like, this is the order of the countries they go to. But at the same time, there's always a level of surprise you want to have when you go into the theater. So yeah, that's basically my train of thought right now. But thank you all for watching this video and for being patient with me as I've traveled and got all of this done and set with. But I'm super, super, super excited to talk about this more with you. So yeah, subscribe if you want to see more of my coverage from this movie, and have a good day, everyone. Bye.